What's up, fam? It's your boy, and you already know what time it is, man. Look, you know I like to keep it raw, I like to keep it real, and I love to be transparent. And in today's video, what I'm going to do is do the first portion of the wheel strategy, which is selling puts. Man, we've already covered in the last 30 days of how you could do a covered call and how I ran that all the way up to 16K in less than 90 days. If you have not yet seen that, man, I'll leave it linked down below, and I'll even drop it as a card up here at some point in time during the video. But what I want to do today is show you the strategy for actually doing sold puts as the first leg of a wheel strategy. And I'm going to break it down for you a little bit here in detail too. And the best way I like to break down things is actually be the test dummy myself and show you exactly how to do it based on what I learned. And then we do lessons learned, and I can tell you some of the things and tips and tricks that you should maybe cover before you actually get into these plays and even consider. So without further delay, let's jump into the video, and man, you already know. Let's go. Okay, so first things first, let's get into what the wheel strategy looks like and how that plays out, right? We already know that one part of the leg of the wheel strategy is covered calls, but we're going to talk about the other two today, but I'm going to actually break down sold puts, and we'll break everything down later, okay? So let's start with that first. Let's get us a circle on the board first. So you'll see that we'll draw this nice uneven circle, but at the end of the day, this is what sold puts, covered calls, and shares look like, right? So puts, shares, covered calls. That's the wheel for the wheel strategy, okay? So we first started the first leg with sold puts. Well, what is a sold put? Well, let's first talk about what an option is, right? Well, we know 100 shares equals one option contract, right? We got to start with the basic of that. So let's talk about this in a stock. Well, let's talk about this in the stock of AMC. Okay. Well, AMC is currently trading at $40.07 at this point in the time of this recording. So you'll see here. Let me just bring down the calculator so you can see what we got here. So you'll see $40.07. Okay. So $40.07. Go back over to the laptop. You'll see. We'll write that down. Let's just say that way you had it as a visual. $40.77. So per share. Now, me, I have money. I have capital sitting on the sideline, and I'm like, okay, I need to make an investment. Well, I see that you are owning shares of AMC. You own these 100 shares of AMC for one option contract. Well, I'm willing to actually buy those shares from you. But if you come to me and you say, you know what, I don't really want to sell you my shares today, okay? I don't want to share you my shares today because I believe that these shares can actually get more valuable to me, right? I think this share price can go up, but I am willing to sell you my shares at a certain price at a certain time. And I go, okay, what's the time? Well, I want to sell you my shares. You tell me you want to sell me your shares on 22 October of 2021 for $35 a share, right? You're willing to sell me those shares at $35 a share. You're saying basically that if the share price go below $35, I'm willing to depart with my shares if this happens by 22 October 2021. Are you willing to take that deal? Well, I'm like, well, what am I getting in return for waiting that long? Well, obviously that's called premium, okay? Premium, you're going to have to pay me. So you tell me that you're going to pay me 39 cents per share to wait 1 week for these shares to actually go down to that value. Well, that's 39 times 100, and that's actually going to be $39. So you're going to pay me $39 to invest $3,500 at the time of expiration if these shares are below $35. So if it's at $34.30, I have to give you this $3,500 for those 100 shares. If it's at $35.01, you get to keep the shares. I get to keep the $39. That's how it plays out. Okay. So that's what a sold put is. Well, let's look at that in the option chain so you can actually get a good feel for what that actually looks like in reality, okay? So let's go over to AMC and let's look at it at 22 October. And you'll see $35 here. $35 is the strike, okay? The premium is 39 cents, so we'll click that. And this is the sell side of the sold put. So sold put if we actually go over to 1, okay, that 39 cents is the limit price. 39 bucks is the credit that you'll get. This is not a debit, this is a credit. So the credit means that it goes directly into your account. So your broker actually takes the 39 bucks, put it in your account. You can do whatever you want to with that 39 bucks. And then they take your $3,500 worth of capital that you actually have sitting on the sideline and actually basically put it in escrow and wait to see what happens by 22 October. But here's the deal, right? Let's say that the share price actually inflates to 45 bucks, right? It inflates to 45 bucks. Let's just do that right over here. You'll see it inflates to 45 bucks. It went up to this level from 40.07 to 45. Well, I'm getting more of that value now on the actual shares, okay? On the actual contract. So basically this contract is going up in percentage points and I'm actually winning on that point of time. You know what? Let me do this. Let me show you. I got an even better way of showing you. Let me just show you so that way you can get what I'm saying as I describe it to you. So let's do this. What I'm going to do is pull this up 1 second. Give me 1 second. Stand by. So let's do this. Boom. Okay, so we're going to do it this way. Watch this. Check this out. So we're going to go over here to the option profit calculator, okay? I love this website. I'll leave it linked down below so you can try it out if you don't have it. But what I'll do is I'll put in AMC. We'll get the price. Okay, it's 40.07. We're going to select the option. We're going to go to 22 October. We'll go down to 35 bucks. Look at that. 39 is on the bid. Okay, we'll do 1 contract and we'll calculate this, okay? Now, what we're going to do is actually put this up to 45 bucks. Let's do it at 50. How about that? Just give us a little room here. So we'll calculate a new chart. Run my chart again. Okay, so, and we're going to do this in profit loss. Yeah, so here we go. All right, so if the stock goes down to 35 bucks, okay, or 34 bucks, 34.99, you got to get exercise on this, and you're going to have to pay the $3,500 for the share. So the broker is going to take your money out of escrow essentially and give it to the seller of the contract, and then you're going to actually take the shares in custody, and you're going to keep your 39 bucks no matter what, right? But let's talk about this if you actually watch this thing go up to $45. $45, you're actually getting 33 bucks the share of the contract, right? So that premium, you actually get to keep 33 bucks if it was to actually go to $45. Now, if it went to $50, you'll get $38 of that premium. So if you was actually say, I want to bag out of the contract, I'll buy it back from you, it'll basically be essentially at 45 bucks, $6 left on that contract in that premium, or at 50 bucks, it'll be, well, even at 48.50, you see it'll be $1 left on that contract. You can wash your hands with it. Say, I don't want to spend my 3,500 bucks. You get to keep the 38 bucks, but you send back $1, and then you even get your $3,500 back. Okay, so you get your capital back as your full investment, and that's a benefit to actually selling puts. But let's say that you actually wanted to get a sign on the wheel strategy, okay? If you wanted to get a sign on the wheel strategy, the next thing that would happen is that you would actually take custody of the shares, and then the previous video, like I talked about, card above, is that now you are in the covered call game. You can sell covered calls on this as long as you want to until you get a sign, and as long as you're selling above your cost basis, you're getting paid twice. You're getting paid on the premium, and then you're getting paid if this actually gets assigned to you to actually give up your shares. You're having that return on investment because you should be selling covered calls above your original cost basis. So let's say that cost basis is now 35 bucks. You selling it at 45. That's a $10 difference. You get $10 per share plus the original premium that you had on covered calls. And then you repeat this whole cycle again on the same stock, different stock, don't matter. Keep the same process in place, and that's why it's the wheel strategy, because you can continue to do this over and over again for actual passive income. So let's talk about the play of the time that we need to talk about, how I tested this theory out and what I think about sold puts, and I'll give you some tips and tricks after we go over the things that I think about when it comes to these sold puts. So let me get it up on my phone. I'm gonna use my phone here, and then we'll get into some of those things. So first things first is that we covered the cover call video about like September 13th, September 11th, whatever that video was. I immediately went back into actually selling puts this time to actually get this video ready for you. So the first time I actually sold puts, I'm gonna bring my calculator up because I'm gonna do this on the fly. So let me clear a page. Give me 1 second. Yeah, we'll clear a page. Give me 1 second. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. I want to make sure I got this good for you. Okay, so we're gonna clear that page, and then we're gonna get this set up real quick, okay, and make sure that we're good to go for you. And here we go. Okay, so we'll see here that I actually sold puts on AMC right here, right? On September 9th, I sold these puts, okay? And it was actually for the $39 put. At this point in time, I don't even remember what the share price was of AMC at that point in time. But it had to be a nice, hefty price because I got $3,743.35 in credit, okay? So you'll see that's in credit. But then that same, but I think like the next couple days later, it actually ran up to, you'll see here, I bought the close on September 13th. So September 9th is when I actually initiated the sold puts. But then on September 13th, I actually closed out the contracts for, so I sold back $2,200 in premium for a gain of $1,536.74. Okay, so let me write that down. So we're going to go through this together. So you'll see that's $1,536.74. Okay. So then I ran, as soon as I closed that contract, okay, after I made a nice gain on that, I closed that contract, and then we ran it back again for another $2,153.36. Okay. So then after we did that, today is the day that I actually closed that contract. Because remember, AMC sat in the basement for a while. Like, look at this on the chart. This is what I talk about to you guys about what you need to pay attention to with some of these charts. You don't have to get down and out. You just got to know that you can always sell puts. So when you get in this box, we got in this box and we traded sideways for a while. But now AMC has now decided to break out of the box, and it ran back from the low 34s all the way back up to $40 today, okay? During that time frame, why it did that, today was the day that I said, you know what, the contract expires tomorrow. All the theta decay is now arriving on the scene. And man, you know what? Why would I actually exercise myself for $3,900? It's $39,000. Instead, I'll just take my gain on this, right? So what I did was I sold back the premium that I had left on it, $456.60, right? That gave me a total gain of $1,696.76, okay? So for a grand total of $1,536.74, I made in less than a month. Oh goodness, what was that? In less than a month, I made $3,233.50 on this play. Okay. Now, why do I bring this up as this was something that was very successful? Okay, because this was passive income. I didn't have to actually, go to work for it, anything of that sort. I basically, did the research, understood the play, understood the implied volatility, understood that I could take advantage of the volatility behind AMC and the increase in gains on AMC immediately. And that helped me get to a point where I was able to get this $3,200, right? Let's just say if you broke this down by dividing it by 30, right? 30 days in a month, right? $107.78 was made each day without even having to do anything extra on this play. So I told you I was going to give you tips on how to actually play sold puts. So let me do that now, right? One of the things, a couple of the things that I learned about sold puts, right, is the first thing, you want to always sell a put on a down day, okay? You want to do that. You want to catch it on a pullback because you're actually getting prices at lower strike prices, but then the premium is still at a hefty price that you can pay. They'll pay out, and you can actually take advantage of the premium, but you're getting it at a lower strike, so you're getting shares at a reasonable cost if you were to get exercised, okay? But let's say, like AMC, if I bought this $39 call and I bought it down $39 put, and I'm buying it at those levels, at this like $40 level, I'm more likely going to get exercised at this level. But if I can get it at 35 and I'm putting up 10 contracts, that's $35,000 worth of shares versus $39,000 worth of shares. But then I'm also getting that nice premium based on the time frame that you do. Exercise, we're getting into sold puts. You got to look at the time frames. The time frames makes a difference here. So cover calls, you want to keep them short and concise, in my opinion, because you can run them back so quick and you're taking advantage of the market in a downside, right? But on sold puts, you want to give it a little bit more extra time because you want to give the sold puts an opportunity to have a bounce to the upside to where you can actually sell back some of your premium, but you capture most of your premium on the front side. So my rule of thumb is for anything on the cover call or sold put, you don't necessarily need to get 100% of the premium. You want to get about 60 to 75% of the premium. And then that gives you the chance to actually run this back again until you actually get caught in a mix of where you actually get exercise. And one of the tips that I want to give you is if you're selling puts, sell puts on a stock that you would not mind having in your portfolio. And here's the reason why, because you can sell puts on any stock in the market, okay? But if you do it on a stock that you don't mind having in your portfolio, you are not panicking about when this stock is actually getting close to being exercised, because you know now in your mode of thinking now, the wheel strategy is at your disposal to where you can take advantage of the market on shares. If it's down at a lower value where you're not getting enough money off of it in growth, you can sell cover calls to still bring in that cost and lower your cost basis down as you're getting this premium. And that is an advantageous position to be in. And that way you're still seeing the momentum behind the play. So to me, that's the best thing to do when it comes down to your actual sold puts. So look, comment down below. Let me know. Have you ever sold a put? And how did it go? And if you haven't, are you now considering selling puts on some of your favorite companies where you can afford to buy them at? Okay. And then also let me know, have you used any portion of the wheel strategy? I look forward to seeing all those comments down below in the comment section, and I'll be down there with you. Hey man, look, if you found value in this, I definitely need y'all to hit that like button so I know that y'all love type of content like this, so I can keep providing that same type of content to you each and every time. Also do your boy that favor, subscribe to the channel so that way you can be notified each and every time I drop way more high content like this when you ring that notification bell alongside it. Man, you already know how I feel about y'all. I love y'all. I want y'all to stay safe. And if you want to enjoy the psychology of my type of thinking when it comes to the market, you got to use that first link down below in my Discord, man. You can get in and you can get in on my psychology of each and every move I make in the market with all the trade alerts that I send out. Hey, man, you already know what time it is. Y'all stay safe. Peace.